YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Ant the Barber coming back at you with another haircut tutorial. In this video, we're going to be doing a transformation. Alright y'all, so I'm going to jump straight into this transformation by removing this braid right here. He actually came in with his hair just naturally hanging down. I went ahead and brushed everything, put it in a braid, because he's actually going to donate this hair right here, which is super dope, man. I think that's such a dope thing to do. So we went ahead and got everything just neatly braided. That way everything would stay together nicely so he could ship it out. Alright, so now that I got majority of the length out the way, I'm going to jump straight into clipper over comb to continue to knock away this bulk. My client's transitioning into a low tapered slick back, so I'm able to remove a lot of this bulk with clipper over comb, but I'm also able to create a shape. I'm creating a shape that's going to complement this slick back that I'm going to give him, and you can see it start to take place now. So clipper over comb is definitely a dope technique that I'd advise everybody to use, especially for situations like this. Alright, so now that everything's kind of neatly cleaned up and I can really see what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and jump in with my wall number 5 premium guard with the lever closed. And I'm going to stay right underneath that perimeter that I set, and I'm going to knock away the rest of this bulk. The number 5 is going to be the desired length on the side. This is the first time that I've ever cut this client, but one thing that he stressed to me was he didn't want to be skin faded. So we went ahead and figured out something that would really complement the look that he's looking to achieve. And so we decided to do a number 5 on the side with a really low tapered fade. So that's what you're getting ready to see, is a number 5 with a low tapered fade. And right here I'm just clearing out all that bulk. Alright, so now that I got everything cleaned up and cut evenly with the number 5 closed, I'm going to begin his neck taper. And something that I have to keep in mind is my client's preference. And even though in my opinion a skin fade tends to pop a little bit more, I'm trying to think of a way that I could give him a really clean blend with a nice transition without going down to skin. So I'm going to come in with my wall number 1 color guard with the lever closed, and I'm just cleaning up, I'd say a little under a half of an inch, just kind of right where his natural hairline was. And I just cleaned it up with the lever closed, and now I got my lever fully open and I'm going up about another half of an inch. And what this is going to do is it's very soft and subtle, but later this one closed to this one open is gonna kind of be the meat and potatoes to my blend, my transition that I'm gonna give him. So it was a really important step, and even though it wasn't a guide that I created that I had to remove, it was still cut in a guide-like formation. So now I'm coming in with my wall 1.5 premium guard with the lever fully open. And this time I am looking to somewhat create a guideline so I could start keeping everything very structured with this blend and with the taper that I'm giving them. And so once I come in and clean everything up with the lever fully open, you'll see that I then close my lever and I'll begin to blend from the bottom of that guide right back up towards the top of that guide where I just left off with the lever fully open. Alright, so now I'm going to come in with my wall number 2 premium guard, and again with the lever open, I'm going to begin to set and create my next guideline. I am going to work my way up in guards right here, straight into that number 5, because his hair is very light. I feel like it's needed to give a really clean look to this taper. So I'm going to come in and clean everything up and set my guideline in with the lever fully open. And once that guide is set and created, I'm then again going to close my lever and begin to blend from the bottom of this guide right back up towards the top of the guide where I just left off with the lever fully open. So here I am with the wall number 3 premium guard, again with the lever fully open, continuing to work my way up into that number 5 closed. So I'm going to go ahead and set and create my next guideline with the lever fully open. And once that guide was created, just like the previous steps, I'm then going to close my lever and begin to blend from the bottom of that guide right back up towards the top of that guide where I just left off with the lever fully open. So now I'm coming in with my wall number 4 premium guard with the lever fully open, and this time I'm not looking to set or create any type of guideline. And honestly, the 4 with the lever fully open should blend right into that number 5 closed. However, you'll see that I'm still using that flick out motion because I'm just trying to reassure myself that I'm not going to set or create any guideline that I don't want to. So once I clean everything up with the lever fully open, just like the previous guides, I'll then close my lever and begin to blend from the bottom of that guide right back up towards the top of it where I just left off with the lever fully open. So now that I set in the back taper, I'm going to go ahead and quickly line it up halfway up. And the reason why I'm choosing to do this now is once you set in and create that line that pops, it'll make any blemishes stand out in that taper. And so that's what I'm looking for right now. I'm kind of looking to see any areas that may need a little bit more attention. And I didn't film it, but I did go in and do some detail work. So you're definitely going to want to always detail and finalize all your work. So right here, I'm putting in some water and just naturally combing it through the hair because I'm getting ready to do some shear work on top. We did decide on a length for him and a style for him. So I'm going to go ahead and cut everything accordingly and make sure that it flows nice and naturally. And so what you're gonna see me do right here is I'm gonna go ahead and part out the front section of his hair. Some call it a bang area, some call it the fringe. We're gonna just call it the front section of his hair. So once I create a guide, basically separating the area that I want to cut from the area that we're keeping for now, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up everything in the center and I'm gonna make my first cut. Once I create this first cut, I'm gonna go ahead and use that first cut as a guide and a reference point to make my way all the way through the right side of his head and all the way through the left side of his head. You can see that I'm doing it now. And every time I pull up that section, that new section that I'm looking to cut, I'm constantly including a little cut from the previous section, again, so I could use it as a guide and a reference point. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this method right here for this whole haircut, so there's not very much more for me to explain. I do want to, however, jump in your guys' ear for a minute and let you know how this project is going for those of you that actually follow me on different types of social media like Instagram. You probably seen that I purchased a building, I had it placed on my property. That way I could go ahead and turn it into a studio to create more content for you guys on YouTube. So I'm actually filming in it right now. You could see I just did an accent brick wall on that wall right there. That wall is actually going to have some artwork and a television centered off in the middle of it. And I just thought that brick would have been a really dope look to just kind of complement that wall and do something a little bit different. We did get the painting done. And when I say we, I mean me, myself, and I've been solo dolo on this mission, but my wife has came through and saved the day a few times, so shout out to her for that. But all the paintings done, I do got some artwork and stuff hanging up. I'm really starting to kind of just finalize the walls and stuff. The only thing that's left is the flooring, and I bought some Pergo flooring. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's just like a natural flooring that snaps in together, and it looks like it would be really easy to do, but you know, your boy is not, I'm not educated like that. So after a hard day in the shop, I'm not really trying to come home and get on my hands and my knees. So I'm waited till a day off, and today's actually Friday. It's 4:22 right now, Friday. And I took today off. I know my boy Big Al, if he's watching right now, he would totally be against that, considering today is definitely a grind day. But I did put in major work yesterday, and I won a little bit overtime, and I knew some people that were looking to get cut today. I pushed them in and got them in yesterday. So I've been putting work in there today. I haven't laid the floors yet, but I'm going to today. And then all that's left after that is just trimming out like the window, the door, the floor. And so I'm really excited to reveal to you guys what I got going on. And it's just going to allow me to produce really dope content. And that's something that we should all look forward to. And I'm super excited, y'all, man. I really am. And this project definitely taught me how important it is to get out of your comfort zone to grow. So, you know, let's just all take that in for a minute. It's just crazy how life has a way to reveal things to you, and how you could find lessons in anything, even just the way the wind blows. But enough of that. Again, it's 4:23 Friday, so considering I just huffed and puffed about 3 minutes ago, I might get a little too talkative. So before that happens, I'm gonna go ahead and just say shout out to Tito Beats for this dope fire that you hear in your ear. I appreciate you, my boy. Anybody that's made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and let you ride out to this beat, and I'll be back. Alright, so now that I got everything trimmed down on top and I have it laying how I want it to, I'm going to begin his side tapers. And I noticed that kind of the way his hair grows in different patterns right here, and it goes from being slightly dense to very light towards the front area right here. I noticed some inconsistency with that number 5 closed. So I'm just cleaning up it again, doing some detail work if that's what you want to call it. But I'm just kind of reassuring myself that I'm giving my client a really clean cut. And so I'm going to take the appropriate steps necessary to make sure that happens. Alright, so now that I for sure got that knocked down, cut evenly, I'm going to begin the side taper right here. And I'm not going to walk you through it because the steps are the exact same steps that I just walked you through with the neck taper. Except you're going to notice that this time I come in with my number 1 color guard with the lever fully open, and I create my guideline. Once the guideline's created, then you see I just close my lever, and now I'm going to blend from the bottom of that guide right back up towards the top of that guide, and then from there every step is the exact same. So I'm going to let you guys just go ahead and ride out to this beat, walk yourself through this taper. If there's anybody that's struggling and doesn't know the next move, get active in that comment section below. Once I'm done with this, the cut's going to be pretty much done, except I am going to refine it a little bit with some clipper over comb and some detail work. So once we get to that portion, I'll get back on the mic. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to do some clipper over comb, and I am going to use my wall number 1 color guard on my clipper with the lever closed and a comb. And the reason why I'm doing that is just, it's like a safety net. It's going to allow me to know that I'm not going to knock away too much hair and create something that's going to be really hard for me to fix. This is the final stages to my cut right here, and I'm literally just looking to really refine everything and make sure everything flows very nicely together. So there's not a whole lot to do. So naturally I don't want to make a mistake. So me just using this number 1 closed, it's just kind of reassuring me that I could go ahead and go in and attack what I see and not worry about removing too much. Alright, so here's a look at the final cut. If you got anything useful out this, I ask that you smash that like button. If you're new to my channel, I suggest you stick around. It's only gonna get doper from here. I just hit 20K. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. Be blessed and be a blessing. I'm out.